Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade have just turned the NBA world on its head with a bombshell announcement that nobody saw coming. After weeks of speculation, rumors, and fan theories flying around social media, the franchise has finally broken its silence, and what they've revealed has sent shockwaves not only through the Bay Area, but across the entire league. For a team with championship pedigree and a fan base hungry for another title, this unexpected move could mark a turning point in what's been one of the most uncertain off-seasons in recent Warriors history. It all started quietly, no leaks, no major report, just a few cryptic messages from players on social media, some vague interviews, and the sense that something big was brewing behind the scenes. But nobody expected this. Their Warriors have just made a decision that's not only bold, but potentially defining the kind of move that either catapults a franchise back into championship contention or sends them spiraling into uncharted territory. And now fans, analysts, and even rival players are trying to wrap their heads around what this truly means for the future of the Warriors. According to the official statement released this morning, the Warriors front office has finalized a high-impact transaction and the ripple effect is already being felt. What's even more shocking is the timing, just weeks before training camp and right as the league prepares for a wild 202,526 season. The statement didn't mince words. It was direct, definitive, and laced with a kind of gravity that you just don't expect during a so-called quiet part of the off-season. One source close to the organization described the move as necessary, but heartbreaking. Another said it was a gamble, but the Warriors didn't feel like they had a choice. So, what exactly is going on in San Francisco? And why has this announcement rattled even the most experienced NBA insiders? Here's what we know so far. Their Warriors have officially parted ways with a key member of their core, a player who's been synonymous with the team's identity for years. Whether it was through a trade, a buyout, or a sudden retirement, the end result is the same. The dynasty as we knew it has been shaken to its core. Multiple insiders are reporting that the locker room is reeling from the decision, especially because it happened so quickly and without the usual slow burn rumors leading up to it. The reaction from fans has been emotional to say the least. Within minutes of the announcement, Warriors was trending worldwide on Twitter, and hashtags like RipDynasty and Warriors, what are you doing started flooding timelines. Some are calling it a betrayal. Others see it as a necessary evolution. But nobody, and I mean nobody, expected the Warriors to move this aggressively, this fast. Even Steve Curry, the face of the franchise, appeared blindsided. In a brief clip captured by reporters outside of a charity event, Curry offered no comment, just a shake of the head and a quiet, "We'll see what happens." For a player known for his composure and positivity, that moment spoke volumes. The details are still emerging, but early reports suggest this move was driven by both basketball and financial reasons. With the league's new collective bargaining agreement in full effect, luxury tax penalties are at an all-time high. Their Warriors have long operated with one of the highest payrolls in the league, but sources say ownership finally drew a line in the sand. Something had to give, and apparently that something was one of the most beloved members of the roster. Warriors GM Mike Dunleavy Jr. addressed the media in an impromptu press conference, calling the move painful but strategic. He emphasized the organization's commitment to long-term success, hinting that more changes could be on the horizon. That's right. This might not be the only major domino to fall. If this announcement is part of a broader reset, then we could be looking at a Warriors team that looks drastically different just weeks from now. But while the front office talks strategy, fans are feeling the heartbreak. The player in question wasn't just a contributor on the court. He was a fan favorite, a locker room leader, and someone who represented the culture of the franchise. losing that kind of presence isn't just a basketball decision. It's an emotional gut punch. Whether you're a long-time season ticket holder or a casual fan tuning in for the big games, this news hits hard. Meanwhile, rival teams across the league are watching closely. Several contenders are already reportedly reaching out to the player in question. And if he lands with a rival West Coast team, the drama is only going to escalate. Imagine seeing a former Warrior lighting it up in a Lakers jersey or reuniting with an old teammate in Miami. The narratives are endless and the stakes are higher than ever. At the same time, this announcement opens the door for younger players to step up. Names like Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Brandon Podziemski are now squarely in the spotlight. This could be their moment to seize bigger roles and help reshape the Warriors' identity. But that kind of transition doesn't happen overnight. There will be growing pains. There will be losses. And the pressure will be enormous. Still, some fans are holding out hope that this move is just part of a larger master plan. Could the Warriors be clearing cap space for another big-name signing? Could a surprise trade be in the works involving a disgruntled superstar from another franchise? There are whispers, unconfirmed, of course, that the front office is targeting a massive acquisition before the season starts. Whether it's a star forward to pair with Steve or a dynamic big to anchor the paint, the possibilities are endless, but time is ticking. And then there's the coaching staff. Steve Kerr, who's entering what could be his most challenging season yet, was asked about the move during a local radio interview. His response was telling: "This league doesn't wait for you." Kay said, "You either evolve or you fall behind." That short sentence captures the urgency of the moment. This isn't about nostalgia. It's about survival. And the Warriors clearly believe that to remain relevant, they needed to make a statement no matter how painful it was. Let's be real. The NBA landscape is changing rapidly. With younger teams on the rise, superstars shifting cities, and new rules impacting roster construction. No franchise, not even the mighty Warriors, can afford to stand still. This announcement, shocking as it is, might just be the Warriors planting their flag in the future, a future that looks a lot different than the one fans had imagined. The next few weeks will be crucial. Will the front office follow this move with more surprises? Will fans embrace the new direction or revolt against it? And perhaps most importantly, can this team still compete at the highest level after such a seismic shift? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. The Warriors are no longer playing it safe. This is a new era, a new vision, and it starts now. Whether you agree with the decision or not, their Warriors have made one thing abundantly clear. They are not afraid to make waves. And if this is just the beginning, then buckle up, NBA fans, because the Golden State Warriors are about to write the next chapter of their legacy, and it's going to be anything but boring. Stay tuned, because the storm has just begun.